Art students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back again with another lesson. And we are back to the action pose drawing lessons. So I put the silent drawings on hold just for a second, and I want to get this one out. So this is a running position, and I just happened to put a couple of sticks in his hand just because. Now you can either use this as just running, and he can have his hands closed, fist, or he can have like his hands open, or one hand open, one hand closed, and just go from there. I forgot what I was going to say, but I just said go from there. So anyway, let's get to this position, because not every action position has to be action, action, action. Okay, because if you're going to draw a comic book, you're going to have to draw from a standstill to crazy action. So you're going to need to know how to twist a body, just how much to twist it, or just how much you should not twist it or tilt it to give it that story, shall we say. By looking at a person's body, you should be able to tell that person's mood, how tired that person is, how strong that person is, how weak that person is. And a lot of that is in your shoulders, or in the shoulders. That's why I said the torso is the most important thing in the body. The face shows the expression, but the shoulders and the torso shows the rest of the mood of the body. So it's like face expression, which is I'm going to say the most important. Then the shoulders, then the hand, or should I say the torso, then the hands, because hands show a lot of stuff too. But if your shoulders are drooping and your hands are mad, that you'll be like, what kind of position is that? So you should be able to tell without even putting words on the page how a person is feeling at that point or in that particular panel. So let me zoom out, and then we'll start the drawing. All right, so let's grab a blue. I want to keep this dark because somebody asked me, it's like, please, 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 can you draw it darker, because they couldn't see. Now, I don't know if it was because they were colorblind, or maybe I was drawing a little dark or a little light, but I have my overhead light on attached to my camera so you can see a little bit brighter, because I've noticed a lot of my videos were dark. So let's go with blue. Is this blue? That's blue. All right, so again, 3 parts of the body that are important. Torso. Can you see that? You can. I don't want to really bear down on this lead. Torso, which you cut open for the tunnel or mountain or your abs. Your tuna can, aka your waist, and your upside down house for the hips. Learn these, and you have got your body done down right. Now, I was playing around the other day, and I thought about something else, another way to give you a little more detail to do it. I don't know if it's a little harder or it's a little easier, but I'm going to show you right now. Now, I showed you this earlier in another video. What I plan on doing is sculpting these 3 shapes separately with Play-Doh, and that way I can turn them and twist them so that you can see without using the arms. So like the big guys right here. So if I'm trying to show you the torso and the side, the arms are in the way. There's no way I can really take the arm off to show you maybe something that I really want to show you. So I want to sculpt these 3 pieces with the Play-Doh. Problem is, the Play-Doh is so soft. It's not like sculpting clay. It is crazy soft. I haven't messed with Play-Doh since I was so young. So I'm still going to try to do that for you guys to show you. So anyway, something I was playing with the other day. Oval. And this would be for a straight position, maybe to make it a little more detail. I don't want to say easier. It might be harder for some. Oval. And of course you have this. That's always going to be there, and that's going to be like halfway up the mountain or tunnel. Tunnel mountain. I'm going to call it that. Tunnel mountain. So you need, speak English. So you're going to have your abs. I'm not going to connect these, which fit up in here, which is this shape right here. This is why I don't like using that much lead. It's a long oval, and that's where your stomach fits. It just kind of like sticks up in there. Then you're going to have underneath this goes straight. This goes straight. Remember that. This is going to go straight, curve, and straight. Then you're going to have your love handles on the sides. And these are just shapes. If you use these shapes, you'll get it right. And then from there, you're going to have half of the upside down house. Like I said, I don't know if that's going to be easier for you or harder for you, but if you take these shapes and you stick them together, then you have that body. So on top of this, we're going to have this as your chest. And this is kind of like home plate, I guess, almost. That was a little longer. So if you break these shapes down and you use them, you'll be good. And then from this oval, if you do this like this kind of, I don't know, let's just chop it off right there. I should have used different colors for that. Maybe I'll put this in the next book. You have your lats, which actually come all the way up, and then your because this is chopped off here, you have your delts, which are just these ovals here. So if you're drawing a front position and you stick all these separate shapes together, it would be easy for you to do the body. Now let's see if I can use one of these dried up pens. This is pretty much right, yeah. And then when I say dried up, I mean dried up pens. I said that in another video. If you're going to color, don't kind of stockpile stuff until you're ready to color, because then you run the risk of stuff drying up. You have this, because I have so many pens that I know that are dried up. You have your oval, and after that, you have your lats. This is where your ribs are going to come out from that oval, and your lats are going to spread from there. Under there, you're going to have that shape for your love handle, obliques, and then that's going to go down into this line here, which is there, going down. And then from there, you have the upside down house. Now see, it's easy to connect these shapes when you know them. And then of course your arms come out, your roundness for your shoulders, the V for your neck, and then your head. But just those shapes, I'm trying to break everything down to its most simplest. I mean, you can't get any more simpler than that. But when you want to add detail, then you know you're gonna have to like chop these shapes out to make, you know, the rest of the body. And as I say, your ribs are gonna come off here, and then your lats are gonna come off here. So yeah. All right. So let's get to the drawing. That was just my little extra learning piece. So again, using my 3 shapes. Slide you over. Of course, it's an oval, but of course you see it leaning towards you. So I'm going to do this oval, and it's not going to be, it's going to be, what I'm looking at is when I draw this oval, if I draw an oval, I'm going to know where my center line is. Here's my oval. I'm going to know where my center line is. I'm going to see that in my head as I draw. So when I tilt this oval, like this thing here, so when I tilt this, I'm kind of seeing in my head where that center line is going to be. So I'm actually drawing it with the intent of knowing where I'm going to draw my center line, if you know what that means. So I'm going to draw this oval. It's going to be at an angle because the body's angling, or the torso is angling. So I'm going to, like that. So I already know, you know, that line is going to go there. So that oval is not going to be straight up and down. I angled it already. So looking at the picture, and that's what we do when we're as beginner artists, we always look at something and say, hey, I want to draw that. And then we draw that from there. And that's good because you're training your eye to see. And also, don't ever draw something. Don't expect the first drawing to be perfect. Always draw that first one as a rough sketch. maybe 2 rough sketches, and maybe make the third one the detailed one. Like if I saw that, I would just rough sketch, see where everything goes, and then I would sit back and I'd look at that. And I was like, oh, okay, so this arm needs to be up more, that arm needs to be back more. And I can correct the rough sketch, or I can just do it over again, which is best to do it over again. So you should have like several on a page. Don't just try to draw the finished product right off the bat. Do a couple rough sketches and see, and then your hand is already warmed up and you know what direction everything's going to go in by the time you do your third or fourth sketch. Because all drawing is muscle memory. It's just like doing your letters. You know what an A, B, C, D is. So you can do that, blindfolded. All right, so this is going to be leaning down. This is my first part. Here's this. So I'm going to do my tuna can. And because it's not... Let me use the big guy again, because he's not, why are you holding on to that pen? I always hold on to stuff. Because he is like leaning forward, he's not leaning over to the side. You're not going to have to squish one part of that tuna can and stretch the other part. So you can keep it ovalish like that. Then I'm going to do the upside down house. And see, remember, the point of the roof is going to come right at that line. So basically, the hard part is done. The hard part is done. Then I'm going to look at, if I say, he is tilted over, then I will make this a little more narrower or thinner, and then keep that, and then just bring that circle down into that. So in essence, if I was going to, as I say, he's going to lean and tilt, this would be thinner, and this would be longer. Kind of like doing, where's the other thing? Kind of like making a half a triangle, because he's leaning. He'd be leaning over like that. So this is going to stretch, and this is going to kind of compress, and the skin is going to fold or pinch right there. So, but with this drawing, it's not. All right, so legs, I'm not going to worry about the legs. So I've got this. Now I say to myself, how much lean do I want? How much is he actually leaning? Come on back, big guy. Come on back again. Let me adjust my ruler, which is on the new guy. So how much leaning is he doing? You see how this arm just does whatever. Where's the bend at? There, the bend is there. Anyway, we won't get into that. How much lean is he doing? Straight up, he's doing this much lean. He's doing this much lean. Is he doing this much lean? All that's going to determine how much of your collarbone, how much of a V in your collarbone you're going to have, and how much of the back you're going to see, which are your traps. Is this trap? Trapezius? Lats, delts, trap. Yeah. I'm going to get a poster and put that stuff there so I can learn all the muscles. Every one of them. I know some, the ones that I draw, but the rest, no. So, okay. By doing that, like I say, if I do the straight across, he's not leaning. Hope you can see that. I don't want to darken this so much. So let's get my other paper. If I'm doing this, I've already got this lean here. Got this. Let me do this in pencil just in case somebody says I'm colorblind. You've got this lean here. You've got this, and I don't draw in pencil because there's too many lines to try to fight through. So if I do this, well, let's do this. Okay, we got this. We got this. This is going down again. So if I do this, the neck and the head, he's kind of straight up. For this angle, to me, the head, it's kind of like he's popped his head up and he's like looking this direction. That's the first impression I get when I look at this, because of the way the shoulders are tilted. So we don't want to have him straight up. I'm going to bring him down more. And because of that, you're going to do this diamond. And then I can put the head. You still don't want to put the head up because it's wrong. The more you lean forward, the more you lean forward, you see that head, that chin, the more you lean forward, the more that chin is going to come down. Okay, now he can look up. I think he can look up. He can look up. But still, that chin is going to go down, and those shoulders are going to come up right around the ears, depending on how much he leans down. You see the shoulders? Straighten your head, buddy. The shoulders are coming up and into his ears. You know, you can only, well, I'm not going to say you can only bend down so much. You can bend all the way over to where, you know, you're seeing the back. But for this one, we want to pretty much have it like near the ears or more, depending on how much he bends down. So you want to keep that chin. You really don't want that chin to come past that V, because then it looks kind of like maybe he's looking down, he's sad or something like that. He's got his head tucked down. So, I mean, if he's looking at you and he's bending over, you want to keep that chin somewhere at that collarbone. So, get rid of this. The actual drawing part is easy. It's the explaining how and why to do it, which makes it better or easier for you to understand and draw. So, but usually I don't put my head on until near the end, unless I'm doing a hardcore bend and I need to see exactly how much he needs to be bent over. If I need to bend him over a little bit more or a little less, so that head is kind of like a landmark marker. I don't draw the face in there, just a marker that shows, okay, this needs to come down more. I bring the shoulders up a little bit more, like that. I could actually use this as the drawing, but I'm not, so. Let's use this. And positions, there, I'm not gonna say there's not a lot of positions. There's not a lot. I'm not gonna say there's not a lot of positions that you can draw or use, but there's really not. The body has the same balance to a lot of positions, but it's just the arms and the legs that change the position. Now I can put this other arm back, like, you know, ninja run or something, or I could put this arm higher or down, but that's not going to change the body. So once you know how to do this torso, then you can take you can draw a million different poses. Maybe I'll do that with this. Okay, so I've got this lean. Take this around almost like a diamond. I'm going to put the head down into it. This is my V. So I'm going to put the head here. I have this guy's looking straight, so I'm going to look straight. That's why you don't want to draw too dark, because you might tend to erase several times. So this delt is coming out to the front, so he's twisted. If you look at it, he is twisted like that. So this delt is going to the front. This delt is going to the back. So these are the things that I look at when I'm drawing something or I'm trying to get a balance. You know, the first thing is the oval, then my center line, then my lean, whichever way the shoulder is going to lean. So I'm going to bring this down. This delt is going to be right here. Let's just put it right here. And remember that collarbone is going to be right at the end of that delt. It's just like I say, if you have, what is that? The scales of justice, like that. Or whatever that scale is. It's going to be like that. Your delt, you have your collarbone, and your delt is going to be right there on the end. So however you twist or turn your character, wherever that collarbone ends at, which is off of this circle here, oval, and your collarbones are going to stop right here at the end of that circle. Then you're going to throw that delt in there, and that's right from the center. Let's just say that collarbone is going to be right in the center of that delt, just for kicks. There are 3 muscles to the delt. There's one here, there's one in the front, and there's one in the back. This is not necessarily in the center, or that muscle's not in the center, but it's just a good way to, it's a good guide for you to know that, okay, here's my end of my collarbone, so my delt is here, and I'm going to put that in the center. And once you get to know the muscles, then you can actually change around a little bit more. So I'm going to bring this here, and I'm going to bring the delt here. So this one's going to go back, so I'm going to pull this one back a little bit more. And then I'm going to put my shoulder, my delt right there. So it's kind of like lined up. A lot of people will do, some people will do, I'm not gonna say a lot of people, some people will do the square. And it, in a way, it makes it easier, but then in a way it does not, because now you have to take that square and you have to round it off. So it's better to just go ahead and keep it round in the beginning, because yeah, you'll get used to drawing square, or people won't be not balanced, but not proportion. It won't be round. I was trying to think of a better word for that. So we have that, we have this one, and already he looks like he's like sliding. He's kind of got that little slide to him. So what I want to do is I want to open that up a little bit more to put those trapezius muscles. No, this is lat traps. Yeah, I don't know. Today, maybe because it's raining, I'm not there. So when you have this, and I'm going to use a marker, because if I can find a marker that actually works. When you have your diamond for your shoulders, this is actually the shoulder right here. You're going to have your head, of course, in there. You're going to have your neck that's going to come from this V. So you're going to have your you're going to have this muscle here like that in there. You have your neck and you have some other shaped muscles in there. So just know when you have your diamond for your collarbones and your shoulders, put your head, you're going to have that muscle, because it goes right up into the back of the neck. And then your neck comes down, depending on how low your head is to your collarbone, whether you'll see some neck or not. He's got a mask on, so yeah. And then you can round these off, because these are your shoulders, your trapezius muscles. All right, so we got this, we got that, we've got that tilt this way. So I'm going to take my chest. Of course, your chest is going to come from here. I'm not doing the arms yet. Arms and legs are simple. They're just cylinders or cones, or cylinders and cones. So because this body, this is leaning this way, your chest is going to go that same way. Your chest is not going to be straight across. It's going to lean the same way that lean is. And then you from the middle. And then there. And because now because this arm is going to push across, it's going to push this chest over. And this, because this arm is back, it's going to pull that chest back more. So this is going to be more square than that one. I mean, if you're getting into serious detail, but just know that's just how the body works. One pushes and one pulls. So you're going to have that the mountain or the tunnel. So at this point, that line should have come right here and then quickly twist it over. Let's make that open that a little bit more. So still not doing the arms. Let's go down to, we have it all. So we can twist this, because this is bone. This is bone. So this is really not going to move. Anything under here, where's that drawing at? This is the pliable part. All of this is the actual part that's going to move. Yes and no down here, but this is the part that's going to move and twist. So I want to adjust this just a little bit. I don't want to twist it too much. I want to kind of keep it in the center and then going there. So the hard part is done. Now, how am I going to put my legs? All right, how am I going to put my arms? I can put my arms a million different ways. As I said, there's like a billion positions you can draw, but you're drawing the one and you're tweaking it, if that makes sense. The body can only move so much, you know, and then I guess I'll give you an example. Here's a standing position. The body is straight. I can put my arms out. I can put one out and up. I can bend one leg. I can bend another leg. And the actual body has not moved. So I can do a million different positions with the body like that. So if I twist the body or turn the body, like this, like it's facing you, I can do another million positions just by tweaking the arms and legs, and the body has not moved. So once you learn those three pieces and how to connect them, how to turn them and flip them, then drawing is simple. It's just how am I explaining that person? How am I explaining the position? I want somebody to look tired, so I'm going to have to twist and bend it, in a certain way, so for the reader to say, oh, he's tired, without even the character saying, oh, I'm tired. So, okay, we have this. Let's put this one leg. Let me just draw a quick light of what we're doing. And then I'm going to change it around a little bit. So this is an oval. For those that are new, this is oval, circle, and this is a cone. All right, oval, knee, and this is a circle. This is just half a circle right here because that leg is bent up under it, and then the foot is there. All right, so this arm is back. Okay, I got a little bit of bicep showing here, and then the forearm there, hand, he doesn't have a stick, he's running. This one is going to come straight at you. Let me use red. This one is going to be an oval, and then the cone, like that. And then the hand here. So he's running. I know you can't see that. Let me see if I got one that's close to what I was doing. Okay, so we've got that. Again, we've got this. Let's use pencil. So we've got this oval here. Oval, circle, depending on how much, let's get the big guy again. Depending on how much this arm is bent coming to you. So this shape is an oval, clear oval. This shape can be a cone. If I sharpen this, it can be a cone. Now, if I'm going to lift this arm up to you, this oval is going to start turning more into a circle, more into, when you move your arm, see these joints. I love this thing, but I don't, because after a while, I haven't used this, period, since my last video, since I've seen that, and this arm is just tripping. So let's go with this side. If this arm comes up, it starts to turn more into a circle than an oval right here. Just don't worry about this. So you have the oval, and it comes into a circle. So if I twist it, it's still going to be the same. So if I bring this up, it's going to be more of a circle, short oval, to show that it's coming to you, aka, what is that, foreshortening. So we have your delt. Let's use a pen. I might mess it up, but let's use a pen anyway. So we have this. We have my delt right here, coming here. So we're going to have this oval-ish. And then we're going to cut into that oval, and we're going to have this cone. Let's just keep it simple. We're going to have this cone. I'm not even going to shape it. Then you can cut the wrist off, cut it off where you have the wrist. And then you have foreshortening. So you have that oval for that arm, and as you lift it up, it's going to become all the way round or half round, depending on how much it's turned to you. Same thing. So we've got this. So we've got the delt back here. We've got half of the bicep. Let's see if I can show this on camera. So we got the bicep here. If he's going to go, we're going to pull it back. See, as I'm saying, the body can only do so much. The collarbones can only go so far back. So a lot of that Spider-Man stuff looks good, but realistically, it's not right. So put this cone. I'll just turn the body, bro. That'll work. I got my light on, which just makes it a little brighter. Let's see if I can do this. So I'll have it like this, and as I turn it, you see how that bicep disappears, and you just see a little bit. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's mark on his bicep. So this is the bicep. No, Brian, don't mark on your man. I'm doing this for you guys. So there's my bicep. That's where my bicep is ends, and your forearm begins. So this is like this. So as I turn it, you'll see just a bit of a circle. I can't get that right position. But you understand what I'm saying. Have you lost it, Brian? Turn it, turn it. So you get just a bit of that little bicep, and then that arm comes out there. So anything you draw going back, you can either have it going all the way back, which is just an oval, and then it can go all the way back some more, which let's do the cone again, the cone like that. So he could be about to do his, haymaker punch. He could be dragging something. He could be pulling something. He could be, I don't know, whatever reason your arms are going to be back that far. Or you can just shorten this bicep, this right here, just shorten it like that. And then from there, you have do the cone again, like that, and then your hand, like that. So, of course, your delt cuts across your chest, which I just showed you on this, because this is the actual size of your chest. This is the actual shape of your chest. Your delt cuts across right there. When you're really muscular, it comes across like this, down, and then up. So it has that like the indentation right in there. All right, so we have that. Basically, that's done other than adding muscle or detail. But as I was saying, we have this. Let's use a pencil now since I have so much. I have this. Here is my collarbone. Here's that. See, I can't see that because of the glare. That's one reason why I don't use a pencil. I can have, which wouldn't be as much action, I can have that arm down and going back. I can have that arm going up more, give it a little more bicep. Cone again. I'm so used to drawing the shape, I just hard for me to draw the cone. So using just this shape, you can have a million different ways that you can draw. Put the hand right here, and put this part of the arm right there. And as you see, I just turned that, which would have been a cone. I'm messing up my drawing paper now. I just tilted that forward to where it would be like this. If this was chopped off right there, it would be like that. But that hand, because that cone is like that, that hand would be covering part of it like that. So all you have is this left. So if this is the hand, like that, this is all you see. It's just this half a circle right there, which would connect to the bicep somewhere, depending on where your bicep is, which connects to your delt, which connects to your chest, which connects to your lats. So the body is just basically a puzzle. It's just a puzzle that you memorize and you put together. So with this leg, is my pencil. Say like I can have this leg is down, and here's the foot, which is half a triangle. Like that, he's walking, he's stepping. If I wanted to add more detail to it, I will curve it, give it a little curve to it. Because straight is boring, add some curve is exciting. And then, so if I erase this, I put this little curve in here, and then I put the foot like that. It would give him more of a harder kind of a run to it. And you don't want to go out like, that's kind of like an awkward kind of run. In the beginning, I mean, it's not bad, but more like in the beginning, a run, or I'm going to go around a corner or something like that. But if you bring the leg or the leg in, not the foot, the leg, where's my big eraser? If you bring everything in and keep it tight, then that's more of a powerful run or a faster run. You can put that foot behind that leg too. So that'll be more of a powerful run, but you can't have this hand up here for that kind of run. So as I say, it's just depending on your arms and your legs that determines a lot to the position. So let's just say this. I'm not touching the body. Let's just do this. I'm doing this. So I'm bringing this leg up. So here's the knee right here. Same thing with the cone. Here's a cone. The cone is flat. When I tilt that cone up, it's going to, you're looking straight down on that cone, if this has a hole in it, you're going to be like this. You're going to see right down into that hole. How about this? But it's not exactly, it's a cone, but it's a small hole. If I turn that cone up, yes, I have examples to show you guys for almost everything. But if I tilt it over a little bit, that hole is going to move. It's not going to be in the center of that cone. This is just paper that's twisted up, so it's really hard to do. That cone is in the center. If I move it, it moves, whatever direction it moves, and it can actually move off of that circle entirely, which now turns that into more of an ovalish. So this knee is not right in the center. This knee is right here on the end. So that means you can see more of the top. So here's my circle for my knee, and then I can put my cone here. And I do my foot. I can do my foot up. Like he's taking a step. And doing the foot up is you're showing the bottom of your foot, depending on how much of an upshot it is. And as I say, drawing is a lot of depends on what you want. And then you just add this part here, connect that to the shin ankle part, and then you have up running. Okay, so now I can either have this leg out, a little weird run, and then I can have the calf going back. So the calf, because the calf is fat, I'll do my circle, and then I'll do this. So basically I'm doing this, and then kind of this, adding that to it, circle, and then a piece of a cone. And then I can have my foot like that, kind of a weird run. Or it could be a Spider-Man swing or something like that. Or I could have it in. Remember, keep stuff close together, brings more fiery action. It'd be kind of weird, a weird position. But this is why you play with drawing. This is where sketching comes in. Just play with positions. Play with positions as much as you can, and then you'll find out, oh, that's cool or that's stupid. Sometimes you want, the bad guys to run away in fear. And it's like, oh, like dogs with their tails tucked behind them, to add some comedy. Some people might want just comedy, a book about, comedy. I'll put this out. Where's the calf? Where's that calf? Like here, it goes in. Put that out and put the foot down. Usually women will be like this, have this kind of position. Men, kind of are in. Women kind of go out a little bit. Or I can put that flat, depending on, is he or she stepping. I can erase this because that doesn't need to be up there. This can go there. You have your fist or your hand. Take this. So basically what I'm saying is, learn these three parts. Learn these three parts. Where is it at? Learn these three parts right here. Twist them, bend them, stack them. Twist them, fold them, whatever. And then add your arms however you want to add your arms. So let's just put one down and the other right here. Cone, Brian, cone. And then put your fist there. So let's put this one down here. This one in here. And you continually have new positions. I didn't start out to do 1,000 positions. I started out to show you how to do this. But the most important part are those three pieces that make up the body. And then the rest is just simple. So 41 minutes or less minus the cuts. I'm going to call this one quits. So hopefully you understood that and how to draw this position as well. So next one, I'll get into more detail. I'm going to keep going away from it to show you guys how to draw different stuff. I don't just want you to learn how to draw this. I want you to be able to take this and draw other stuff to it, and one day be able to draw, your own, position. So that, whatever you're drawing, people will know, like, oh, this guy beat up after a fight. He beat up after a fight, or he's drunk and he's walking home. Just by the bend in the position of the character, it tells you how this person is feeling. So if I had him like fist balled up tight, like he's beat up, but he's mad. If I had his hands just out, you figure he's through. This guy's through. And then from there, and this is how I do like rough sketches, especially small. I'll do this, center line. That is my waist and my upside down house. Then I'll add the legs, however I want to add them. And then arms, circle, oval, cone. His shoulder would be down more because he's beat down. Circle, oval, cone, like that. And then you can look, if this was my first page in my book and the guy was walking in, let's say it was raining, you would be like, okay, this guy's out in the rain and he's just beat down. So you wouldn't know why his guy's beat down. You just know he's in the rain in his position. He's just worn out. If I made him like bloody and black eye, oh, he got beat. Maybe somebody took his car and he's got to walk home. So this is the starting part. The body is the starting part. The way you shift and tilt the body tells the whole story. Then you look at the face. The face, is he mad? Is he happy? Is he sad? Is he crying? Then you can say, oh, okay, this guy's really, in a pickle. And that draws the reader in to turn to the next page because they want to find out, why is this guy, doing that? And that's how you do when you're doing a comic book. Every panel should want the person, every drawing should want that person to look at the next drawing, whether it's at the end of the page and want to say, oh, I want to turn it to find out what happened. Or, the panel, oh, this panel says that, or that panel says that, so you got to do that when you're doing comic books. So we'll get into that more and more. I'm still here. I'm still going to draw. So yeah, I'll see you guys next video.